I really need to speak to the manager of the 90s and the early 2000s and figure out why black brows and the tiny little sperm cell looking brows were a thing. Like, why? The early 2000s is like, put the same color from lid to brow bone and leave the house. You got stuff to do. You have a runway to walk on today. Girl, I know you wanna. Hey guys, it's Naira. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. I know what you're thinking. Wow, is it 2003? The answer is today it is. Like, just for right now, just for this video, it's 2003, okay? Just live in my fantasy for a second, please. Today I'm serving y'all flipped bob bamboo earring frosted lid realness, okay? I really love the way that this look turned out. This is early 2000s inspired. Obviously, you saw that by the title, and you can kind of tell by what's going on right here, because I don't look like this every video. I wish I did, but I don't. So yeah, if you guys want to see me do a super 2000s inspired look and talk about a bunch of nostalgic things and trends from the early 2000s, then keep watching. So I just got my new Bobbiana. And the flipped ends that it came with, obviously, like when I go to wear on a daily basis, I'll probably straighten it out. The flipped ends that it came with was giving me very like Y2K, like late 90s, early 2000s vibes. So I was like, okay, gotta do an inspired look while the hair is like this. All right, so we're starting off with eyebrows. Mine are obviously overgrown, but we're not talking about that today. Brows in the early 2000s were still like those thin little brows. And oh, yikes. I don't have much brow hair to begin with, so that's not a problem for me. I'm going to try to make them thin and true to the era without being absolutely hideous. So let's do it. And they also usually were like more solid. Like nowadays, we're like super into the whole like natural hair look, but the eyebrows there were usually like squared off or like rounded in the front. So we're gonna stick to that mostly. We're gonna stick to that, but we still want good brows. I was born in 99, so the early 2000s is like, you know, literally when I grew up. It was enough technology to where life was made easier, but everybody wasn't all up in your business like how it is now. And I don't know, it was just like you know, every decade or every era has its own vibe, and the early 2000s was such a cool vibe. I remember when, like, before Justice was Justice, it was limited too. Y'all remember when that was a thing? It used to be so expensive, and I would beg my mom to take me shopping there. Like, yeah, Children's Place is cool, but I want to go to limited too. All right, eyeshadow. If one of the first things you don't think of when you think of early 2000s and eyeshadow isn't frosted lids, then you're doing something wrong. Frosted lids, rhinestones, glitter, all that was so big in the early 2000s. So I'm going to take my James Charles Morphe palette, and I'm taking this purple shade here, and I'm just going to, it's like iridescent, kind of frosty, not super frosty, because like I don't want to look a mess. Like, can we be honest, a lot of the frosty shadows looked a hot mess, and I don't want to do that. But it is still like shimmery, iridescent, and just a little frosty. And I'm gonna make sure that the shadow isn't like too packed on, so that it does kind of have that frosty effect. And then we're gonna put some silver hollow glitter in our inner corner, because like I said, glitter, rhinestones on the eyes, all that was so big in the early 2000s. What's funny about eyeshadow in the early 2000s is like, did no one care about crease definition? Are we just not gonna do it? It's like the early 2000s is like, put the same color from lid to brow bone and leave the house. You got stuff to do. You have a runway to walk on today. I always think like, if you look at celebrities like Beyonce, she's been famous for such a long time, and we've seen her go through so many different like makeup trends because the times change. And it's like, what do you think was like what she thought the first time she got put in a cut crease? You know, because when Beyonce got famous, well, she's been famous for a really long time, but let's say Beyonce era, late 90s, early 2000s, she would be wearing a makeup, you know, frosted lids, and you know, pale lip gloss, and now we see her in such like different makeup. It's like, I wonder if celebrities, you know, realize that when you're famous for that long, your brand like really grows with makeup trends. The early 2000s was also iconic for so many things. Like, the nostalgia is just so strong, and I feel so attached to it because that's when I grew up. Like, Paris Hilton being the it girl, and like, you know, the rise of the Kardashians was so interesting to watch. The iconic commercials of the early 2000s and the late 90s is still like so funny. Like, I don't know, it's just so funny how pop culture and things, small things are part of pop culture, like commercials, how they change with decades and with time. It's just so interesting. You cannot remember TV in the early 2000s without remembering that Shirley Temple animal crackers in my soup commercial. Oh my God, give it a break. It came on every 5 minutes. All the great shows that were on, all the great cartoons. It's so crazy how different things are now, because now, like, I personally grew up in that era. I know a lot of people watching this grew up in that era, and now like people that were our age when we were consuming things on TV, like, they're consuming everything on the internet. You know, so many families don't even have cable because they've got Netflix and Hulu and YouTube. You know, it's like, it's just so crazy. If I would have known then how big YouTube is now, I would have started a channel at 5 years old. Look how frosty that is. Yes, let's clean up these block brows too. I really need to speak to the manager of the 90s and the early 2000s and figure out why block brows and the tiny little sperm cell looking brows were a thing. Like, why? My brows are so uneven. I always do my left brow further than the right one, and literally, like, to even them out, I just like rub product off and like drag it out with my finger. Ugh, so bootleg, but I don't care. I look so different already. Like, this is just so different for my everyday makeup to me. Wow. I'll tell y'all one thing. Y'all need to give Paris Hilton her credit. She was literally the it girl of the early 2000s. It's like, literally, if Paris Hilton wore it, it's the style. If Paris Hilton wore it, it's a thing now. It's like the fashion. I remember just growing up and seeing Paris Hilton everywhere on all the fashion magazines. Whether you're talking about Paris Hilton, good or bad, everyone in the early 2000s was talking about Paris Hilton, period. And it's so funny because if you ask me, Paris Hilton was the original influencer. She was on MySpace all poppin', and it was like everything that she wore was the thing. You know, she was the definition of an it girl. And now people, or from what I know, people don't check for Paris Hilton as much, and that ain't fair because she started this whole influencer wave. That was her. She's the OG influencer. I don't care what nobody said. This is kind of cute. I'm like closing the glitter and it's spilling out. So I know I'm gonna be seeing holographic glitter in my casket when I die. Like, when you spill glitter somewhere, it is in your life forever. I'm gonna put on foundation and concealer off camera. I'll be back. I look cute, right? So, like I said, foundation on, concealer on, and I have on lashes. I have on just these little, like, wispy lashes. They are long, but they're not very full because full lashes were not a thing yet in the early 2000s. So, all right, we are moving on to my favorite makeup product, blush. The blush in the early 2000s was very pink and very heavy. So I'm gonna be taking this e.l.f. I can't talk right now. This e.l.f. blush quad, and I'm gonna be using this shade, maybe just a little bit of that one to make it not too much. But like I said, it was pretty pink. It was pretty pink back then, and they were very heavy-handed on the blush. My favorite early 2000s makeup inspo right now, because if y'all don't know, I'm big on Pinterest, okay? Find me on Pinterest. Your girl be pinning everything. It's like where I get all my inspiration from. And my favorite like pins right now of like early 2000 makeup is like girl groups like Destiny Child, 3LW, TLC. Like they always just serving looks, and like I mentioned before, Paris Hilton. But Kim Kardashian's early 2000 looks were cute. mostly her outfits and not her makeup look, because she didn't really come into her own in the makeup yet. But her early 2000 outfits were kind of cute. The colorful Louis Vuitton bags with the juicy sweatsuits. I can't talk. I see you, sis. I see you and I like it. Just a little more blush. Like I said, they were heavy on the blush. Don't be mad at me. You know what, guys? I'm actually obsessed with blush, and I say this in a lot of my makeup videos. So this is like such a good excuse. I'm like, yes, I get to use a lot of blush and blame it on the fact that I'm doing an early 2000s makeup look. Highlight wasn't really a thing, so we're just not gonna do it. All right, we're taking the Bobbiana down. The flip is like just sitting so cute. I love it. I'm feeling myself already. Can y'all tell? I ain't even done yet. I just had to go dig in my purse for this, but I got it, then it will be worth it. I'm gonna go accessorize a little bit. I'm gonna go accessorize just a little tiny bit, and then I'll be back. Get in, loser. We're going shopping. Of course, I'm topping this off with little sunnies, because early 2000 is when like the little sunglass trend started. Early 2000s was all about little sunglasses, and all about like the tinted sunglasses with like the rhinestone on it. So yeah, of course we finished it off with little sunnies. I wish I had some little sunnies that were like tinted lenses. That would be so cute. But am I not giving you like Bratz doll vibes right now? Because Bratz doll is like, if you want to know how they dress in the early 2000s, literally like a Bratz doll. Boom, there it is. This might as well be like a Bratz challenge. I love this look because it's not something that I would like normally do. Like just like purple iridescent shadow on my lid with glitter in my inner corner. Where am I going? But I really, really love this. And then, you know, we got the bamboo earrings. We got some her clips. I love this. I'm like actually obsessed. I keep looking at myself. And then, like I said, little flips on the ends is very late 90s, early 2000s, because that is like, that's like when this was a thing. I hope you guys enjoyed the look, enjoyed talking to me, you enjoyed watching me do my makeup. I gave you some inspiration, because like the fashions from previous decades always so inspiring and like makes me feel so excited about like doing my makeup differently and my hair differently and dressing differently. I just think it's super inspiring and super exciting, and I hope you guys do too. If you like this video, leave me a like and a comment and subscribe for more videos like this one, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Girl, I know you wanna, you know I wanna. Yeah, she keep giving me look hotter than the 6 in the summer. Dead ass, girl, I want. Girl, I know you wanna.